Welcome to Celebrity Harvey TV. It's another episode for you all. Thank you for subscribing. Go ahead and click subscribe button, like, and share because it's another banger and you're going to want to share it. Today's topic is about sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is at an all-time high globally around the world. Like, it's getting out of control. It's been out of control. I mean, of course, we would say this is something that's been around for years, of course. Ancient time, whatever time. But I think what's going on is the perpetuation and like what they're perpetuating, you know? Imagery for us to see. Everything is over and hypersexualized. And we're not even talking about for adults. We're talking about for children as well. So, adults can't even be in an adult place because they getting the adults mixed up with the kids and the kids mixed up with the adults. But let me digress and continue. So, sex trafficking is at an all-time high. It's all over the world. It's in every state. It's almost in every career. Now that's what caused me to speak about this. Like, you know, people should have the freedom to be who they want to be, to number one, dress, to look, you know, and not be harassed, assaulted, you know, the R word, the grape word, you know, all these things, you know what I mean? So it's like, or even people prey on them to take them to sell them for whatever purposes that they have in mind to sell them for, okay? So, with the human trafficking and the sex trafficking taking place in the workplace, in the work fields, people being hired based on aesthetically pleasing to please the customers that's coming in, picking up employees for special needs and services. So it's almost like it don't matter what career, what field you go into. Somehow they're gonna insert human and sex trafficking in there somewhere where they are taking advantage of you as a human being and your rights. Also manipulating you as a human being and your rights. So every city I go, everywhere I go, like, it doesn't matter, like certain businesses, especially entertainment businesses, and I don't just mean like club, I mean like entertainment where you go into a restaurant. Those places are human trafficking and sex trafficking as well. A lot, very heavily, from the people that's from the front of the house to the back of the house, like highly. I just really want to talk about how can we stop it, or how can we assess it when we see it, and then when we see it, you know, do something about it. You know, do something that matters, because it's like, it's almost like I know I'm an advocate against sex trafficking and human trafficking, and when I go inside businesses and I see it taking place, I'm just taking notes. So, and I'm taking notes because it's like I'm seeing how they infrastructured it to kind of protect themselves, but in a way still structure where they could get away with what they're doing at hand as well. So, I peep all the game. It's really affecting the new generation. That's what I could say, like, with the kidnapping, with the middle school girls and guys, you know, because they're not just sex trafficking and human trafficking, you know, just girls. They're doing it to the guys as well. They turning everybody out. Whoever they could get, they turn them out at whatever age they could get them. This is serious, you know, and the younger the better. This is how they feel about it. And So that's when they say protect your children, keep tabs on your children, know what they're doing, keep some type of map and air tag around, because it's serious. It is super serious. People will prey your child, and want to employ your child with you thinking like, oh, it's a good thing. This person is looking out for my kid. The whole time this person has it out for your kid and really want to sleep with your kid and be with your kid. So, and it happens young, and they start the kid off, exactly, they start them off as a kid, and then it dwells into your adulthood. So it's like, I've seen it. I grew up in LA, I've seen it in LA, I've seen it with people trying to do me like this. I've been done like that. I've been trafficked before. That's how I know. I'm speaking from first-hand experiences. It's not a game, it's for real. And yeah, I escaped, literally escaped a lot of different situations where the joke was on me. Before I knew it, I was in a situation like, oh, how am I gonna get out of this? Because these people are trying to use me for the wrong purposes. So I just think we gotta be more cautious of what we're doing things and how we're doing things, and also not be willing to do things for that mean old green for the money, because that's the work of the devil. So sometimes we have to step back and say, you know what? God gonna take care of my needs. I shouldn't have to do this type of thing to take care of my needs. I shouldn't have to do this, it's just so many different levels of this. Even going to work at a legitimate job, getting hired, your resume is, fits the criteria, you're overqualified or you're more than qualified, and still the boss, i.e. the manager, the owner of the company, wants to sleep with you. What? That's why, I'm happy I'm stepping out on faith. And I mean, really, since the pandemic, I ain't really been working for nobody. You can even ask my tax attorney. You can ask my tax person, no, self-employed is the way to go, because that's why I say I work for God and I activate souls, because that's just the way to go. Because right now, that's the only faith that's been holding me. Because if a job don't like you because you're not being into their will and doing what they want you to do, as far as extracurricular stuff, whatever career you're in, corporate America, it don't matter what career you're in, they still want you to do something strange for some change. And no, that's called standing on your morals and your integrity, your dignity, and not, This is not that, and this is not the day and age. So I'm noticing that sex trafficking is running rampant, and also causing for it to be a lot of diseases moving around, because they selling people, and then they selling people young, boys and girls. They selling them young women, young men. They selling them young. People are actually selling themselves, and then disease and famine is spreading. Well, famine, of course, but disease is spreading because people are not being protected, because there's different people from different places around the world, especially in a big place like where I'm living now. I'm seeing it right here in Houston, Texas. The sex trafficking is too much, and it needs to come to a stop, because a lot of people are gonna get hurt. A lot of people gonna end up missing. It's just gonna be dangerous. It's just dangerous. It's just too dangerous to play with. So, have you be looking for me to be outside? No, I'll be in the house, take your business, or I go to work. And even if I don't go to work, I'm working on this business right here, which is Celebrity Heartbeat TV, and connecting with my subscribers and us growing our community bigger and deeper. But I'm an advocate against sex trafficking and human trafficking. So I hope that you are too. Please comment down below in the comment box, how you feel about this, because if you maybe experience this at work or in a setting with anybody or anything, just because it goes on everywhere. It goes on everywhere. Human trafficking and sex trafficking is it's so many titles, so many descriptions that go underneath the title of this, what it is. So it's let's just get rid of this and be done with it. Toodles.